Xiaomi. Xiaomi.
A masterpiece has to reflect the artist's state of mind. I think it has to give a little bit of the artist itself as something very personal, in my opinion. First time I saw a camera, I was probably a tiny baby. My mom always carrying one herself. I took on dancing at the age of 8. I was accepted in a dance school. This environment requires you to be completely dedicated. You can't waver. I think that's made me the way I am today. When I started taking photos, it was really to be able to share them with family that weren't here, months after months, years after years, kids after kids. Gradually, they're growing up. Having had the life that I had, taking photographs is my breathing space where I can actually witness things rather than being carried away. My childhood being the way it was drives me to explore something different with my own children and capturing little pockets of freedom, wilderness. That should be what childhood is about.
Can we play a game, Mom?
Okay. I am going to write down a word, and you have to guess who you are.
So, am I tall?
I think sometimes you can be as tall as a mountain. Other times you can be as small as a tiny seed.
Am I strong?
You can handle things that may be difficult for others. You have the power to keep going, even when things are tough.
Am I like a chef?
You create amazing things from simple ingredients, always mixing and blending to make something new and wonderful.
Am I pretty?
You have so many different colors and shapes, and you make everything look so much better.
Can I be upside down?
That's a funny question. As the world is constantly moving and spinning, I'd say yes, definitely.
Am I always happy?
Oh, sweetie, just like a garden needs a variety of plants to thrive, we also need a diverse range of emotions to grow and learn.
So, is it okay to feel sad?
You know, sadness is just as important for you as rain is for flowers. But hey, you still haven't figured out who you are.
Oh yes! I know who I am. I am you, Mom.
Xiaomi.
I'm Dan Watson, a photographer from Manchester. So today, basically, we'll be out trying to capture the love and kind of emotion
for your cooperation.
Fuel innovation in a variety of different spaces for many years. And of course, we continue to reimagine the form factor of smartphones with next-gen innovations like the Mix Fold 3. This incredibly slim, yet incredibly powerful device is further proof that there is still innovation to be found. Now, of the many, many products that we've innovated this year, the reason why I've chosen to share these three is because they all share one single connecting thread: imaging. Advanced imaging is necessary to make all three of these products beacons of innovation for the future. This is a non-negotiable for us as a technology company, and we will continue to lead the way forward in this new vision for mobile imaging. We're going to continue down this path through the combination of two different schools of thought. First, Xiaomi Insight. This is our own unique approach to camera imaging. And second, a strategic partnership in imagery technology with one of the world's most recognizable names, Leica. Through these two approaches, we are going to refine not only how we and you look at the industry, but also how we all look at imaging. Introducing these two concepts quite quickly. Xiaomi Insight. The core concept here is that camera systems need to be engineered in such a way that they empower you to capture and to share moments. The technology needs to be implemented to let you transfer reality into beautiful images. However, it's important that this does happen in a way that carries authenticity. We do this by focusing on a few select parameters. First, true-to-life contrast. This is the line between light and shadow, between dark and bright. Next, color accuracy. We put deep efforts into the color calibration to ensure the most true-to-life colors possible. Finally, ultra-high dynamic range. The way that light is processed is key. When you're talking about any photograph, this in many ways is what defines a photo, and it's what tells a story. Beyond this, we are still a humble company, and we recognize that outside expertise is necessary in order for us to offer the world's very best smartphone camera experience. Now, to perfect the imaging pipeline and to set a new standard in professional imaging, we have partnered with Leica. This is a brand that is not only famous for professional imaging and technical expertise in optics, but also legendary, century-long heritage in capturing moments. It's been a natural fit. They share our vision about the role that smartphones have in the future of imaging. Now, with our 13 Ultra, we set a new bar in imaging. We believe that this device offered the very best of any smartphone in history. The images that it creates are truly world-class. Mr. Harsh, CEO of Leica, gave it full marks, and he went on to say that the experience that it offered was totally unprecedented. Now, Xiaomi 13 Ultra was one of just two devices that we launched together with Leica in 2023. With the Xiaomi 13 series, we debuted this new vision globally. Our users loved it, and they loved the authentic Leica experience that it gave them. It's been well received by our fans, but also critically acclaimed by our friends in the media. GSM Arena sums it up best when they say that it is most complete imaging capture hardware on a smartphone. Now, Leica has had more than 100 years of history. They have created a camera experience for the world at large. In many senses, they've democratized this technology and opened photography up to a much larger audience. This is something that we hope to continue today. We want to bring the true Leica experience to one of our most popular series, our T-Series. Now, T-Series has always been about taking new innovations and futuristic technology and bringing it to more users. This series will feature two different devices. Both of these are powered by Xiaomi Insight and Leica co-engineering, the Xiaomi 13T and the 13T Pro. But let's not stand on ceremony. Let's take a look at the devices. Absolutely gorgeous devices. These devices were made and created under our concept of Masterpiece in Sight. Masterpiece in Sight is about giving you the ability to actualize your vision. That vision, however, is going to be different for every single person in this room and watching online. So it needs to be your moment and your masterpieces. Let me just explain this to you through a story shot by one of our Xiaomi Studios creators, Luis. This video was shot entirely on the Xiaomi 13T series. Let's take a look at what masterpiece means to him.
It was you saying you love me, brought me out of so much, staring down at hell. It was you knowing that you're perfect, believing not deserving, made me find myself. Everything that you are, just give it back. Everything that you know, just give it back. Everything that you did, just give it back. Just give it back. Hey. It was you saying you love me, brought me out of so much, staring down at hell. It was you knowing that you're perfect, believing not deserving. Just give it back. Just give it back. Just give it back. Everything that you are, just give it back. Everything that you know, just give it back. Everything that you did, just give it back. Just give it back.
That was Audition, and an incredible video. To the creator and to myself personally, it's about the struggle against challenge, against adversity, and even against your own artistic intent. Now, these photos were all shot on the 13T series' incredible camera system, and they captured the discipline that the artists used in putting their masterpiece in sight. It's these masterpieces, created by fans, that have convinced me that our vision for this device was entirely correct. This brings us to the core of the Xiaomi 13T series, camera. For the first time ever, we are introducing authentic Leica imagery to the T series. Now, joining us in Berlin, Germany, who better to introduce this concept than Leica themselves? Please, join me in welcoming Paul Blow to the stage.
Thank you. Thanks, Daniel. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's an immense pleasure for me to join this special event here in Berlin and to talk about Leica and the comprehensive technology partnership with Xiaomi to redefine smartphone photography. And of course, to talk about the new devices that we are showing you today for the first time. Photography, as you know, plays a vital role for our visual perception. And it has always been seen as a way to truthfully witness the world. History can be written, but it also can be photographed. More than 100 years ago, Leica invented modern photography as we know it today. Groundbreaking innovation has always been part of our brand DNA, and that is also undeniably the case for Xiaomi. But the innovation needs to have a purpose. The philosophy of Leica is to concentrate on the essential, and the essential part of the photography is the image. Since the beginning, famous photographers from all around the world have been capturing once-in-a-lifetime moments with their Leica cameras. Moments that touch our hearts. Moments that will remain unforgettable. Photography has undergone many transformations in the last decades, and the process is still ongoing. From bulky cameras to mobile devices, from analog film to digital technology, from chemical development to computational imaging. But regardless of the technologies, our mutual values remain the same: to develop innovative products with great user experience and, most importantly, outstanding image To make this happen, we put Leica's knowledge of more than 100 years into our co-engineered Xiaomi mobile devices. Even though AI and computational imaging became a particularly important part in modern smartphone photography, excellent hardware is still essential for high-quality images. It is the whole image pipeline that matters. That is why we, together, focusing our joint development projects on high-quality lenses, state-of-the-art image sensors, and intelligent image processing. The perfect interplay of all camera components and software is the basis for outstanding image quality. Professional photographers often say that a Leica image has an unmistakable character with a structure, depth, and natural expression that goes far beyond measurable parameters, such as sharpness, contrast, and resolution. Our goal is to make photos look natural and true to life, with nice contrast and sharpness. Whether the customer speaks authentic or the vibrant style, we want them to feel the authenticity on every shot. That is what guides us in everything we do. And that is what we work on with Xiaomi for the co-engineered with Leica smartphones we made together. Authentic or vibrant images that inspire people around the globe in terms of picture quality and that bring the Leica typical character to the smartphone world. One of the most important aspects in smartphone photography is that everyone can get the best image out of every scene. You do not need to be a trained photographer anymore to take beautiful and authentic pictures with the iconic Leica image look. When we first met the people from Xiaomi 2 years ago, we found out that Xiaomi and Leica share the same passion for photography. And both companies put a lot of effort into meaningful innovation and ensuring highest quality imaging systems. Consequently, we entered into a strategic partnership for imaging technologies. The collaboration process for each product always starts with the setup of a cross-company team with engineers from both Xiaomi and Leica. Once we agree to collaborate on a project, it begins with what we call the four-stage engineering process. First, the optical design, then the lens and camera module, followed by image quality tuning, and finally, image quality assessment and approval. It is a huge challenge to create a lens for a smartphone compared to a professional camera. We work together with Xiaomi to develop the most advanced lens designs that maximize performance while minimizing artifacts. Once the optical designs are approved, we move to the next stage, evaluation of the hardware components. From the tightest tolerances in manufacturing, the lenses to the interaction between them, the focusing motor, and the sensors. Everything must work together to address the needs of the customer. I like to say that at least 50% of the final image quality depends on the software algorithms and the proper integration of them into the imaging pipeline. In cooperation with Xiaomi, we developed a state-of-the-art image processing that helps not only overcome the challenges of miniaturized hardware, but also expand possibilities in smartphone photography. The final stage is the comprehensive testing of the performance of the device in the laboratory and real conditions. For that, we run an extensive set of lab tests that are performed following international quality standards, mixed with field tests that give the real sense of the performance of the device, just as a user will experience it. If everything goes according to plan, after this step, the product is approved and ready for launch. Leica's clear vision is to bring superior image quality to everyone and the best user experience possible out of every device, smartphones or cameras. And in the end, enabling people to take unforgettable memories and share them with the world. This is the essence of what we do. We call it in German, das Wesentliche. Thank you very much, everyone. Back to Daniel.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Pablo. Leica has been an incredible partner to us in developing an amazing camera experience. From the Xiaomi perspective, we can split authentic Leica imagery into 3 different pillars: optics, aesthetics, and experience. It has been the goal of Xiaomi to actualize all three of these in a single device, to bring that authentic Leica look and feel that's been around for more than a century to your daily photography experience. Let me explain how we've done that. First, let's talk about professional optics. We've chosen a triple camera system. This is a masterpiece of engineering that implements a 50-megapixel primary, 50-megapixel telephoto, and additional ultra-wide. Now, this trifecta was chosen after deep consideration of user needs and was implemented after countless hours of engineering and refinement. Beyond numbers or megapixels, the photography journey is very, very much defined by the lens. So what exactly goes into the professional-grade optics of our Summicron lens? We've implemented a 7-piece spherical high-transmittance lens. In general, as some of you may know, more pieces in a lens leads to less optical defect. But this also has other impacts on how light is transmitted. To ensure this is accounted for, we've included an IR filter on the sensor side first. This improves light transmittance. Second, a lens edge ink coating. This reduces stray light. COC material. This absorbs unnecessary light. And ALD reflectance technology, which will help you inhibit the glare that you will sometimes find in very, very bright scenes, like this one. Now, all of this is refined on an exceptionally minute scale, at the level of nanometers, actually. We have ensured precise lens design that allows for ideal photos. Now, it's very easy for me to stand up here all day and talk about camera features. But to quote a very, very typical phrase, one you've all heard before, a photo is worth 1,000 words. So, let's see some shots. One of the goals of modern photography is to replicate how things actually look to the human eye, to give everything a sense of depth. And this is something that's very, very clear here, in the grain of the wood, to the strings of the instrument, to the tips of his fingers, and even the creases in his forehead. And it's even more prominent here. Depth is much easier to feel than see in a photograph. And it's what really lets you convey a sense of story inside of your photo. It also contributes to the way that color and light are processed. The difference that you can see here in the shadow on the concrete and the little splashes of water while enjoying a day at the pool. This lens, it really lets us capture the essence of life, of the little details that are important to each of us, the little details that distinguish your dog, my dog, our dog, someone's dog from just any other dog. Now, optics are very, very subjective. But there are people out there who have a very specially trained eye for it. So rather than take my word for it, let's hear from Dan Rubin, professional photographer and Leica instructor.
The Leica Vario Summicron spherical lenses on the Xiaomi 13T series help make moments beautiful. I love how they render light, shadow, texture, and emotion with incredible detail and clarity, helping me create authentic images that bring my subjects to life in every frame.
From optics, let's move on to aesthetics. What exactly gives a look a feeling? In order to get to the heart of this, Xiaomi 13T series features two distinct styles, Leica Authentic and Leica Vibrant. Now, the authentic look is modeled on the Leica M series. This creates an effect that looks natural, but doesn't come across as being overpolished, like many other smartphones. This results in beautiful, true-to-life photography that emulates traditional photography. On the other hand, Leica Vibrant adds an extra layer of vibrancy and color boldness. We know a lot of users really, really appreciate this, and they're especially suitable for social media. Now, while these two looks are timeless, we recognize that users want more granular control over their photo look. It is, after all, a very subjective art form. This is why we're introducing Leica custom photographic styles. This custom feature allows you to adjust parameters of tone, texture, and tonality. Now, by adjusting these three simple features, you're going to be able to create an entirely new feel for your photos. It's important to note that all of this is done at the pre-processing stage. What that means is that what you see in the viewfinder is going to be what you get. Now, how this works combines many, many different layers of information Each of these layers is an essential piece of information, kind of like an oil painting. And the end result is a photo that's truly yours. So, you get the best of both worlds. More customization, but also total assurance that the photos will keep that classic look. Just like this. This is a subtle but critical difference in elevating your personal photos to masterpieces. Now, this is something that nearly all great photographers will agree. It's important, this ability to customize and control your final photo.
The built-in Leica looks on the Xiaomi 13T series make it easy to capture images with colors that feel classic and timeless with a single tap. And the Leica custom photographic styles give me precise control over the tone, tonality, and texture of my images in real time, so I can be confident my images will honestly reflect the emotions I want to remember.
Now, something that our hardcore Xiaomi fans over there have probably noticed. For the Xiaomi 13 series, the camera UI has been completely revamped. This allows it to resemble the UI of classic Leica, which is intuitive, easy to use. Why? So that you can focus on your masterpiece in sight. We've also taken a fan favorite feature even further, Leica watermarks. Starting with something that was so popular on the Xiaomi 13 and Xiaomi 13 Ultra. What we realized is that people want to commemorate the hardware that they used to take a photo. But as with everything, we wanted to bring that customization just one more level up and offer even more different variations of this feature. Speaking of software, we have also managed to recreate some of the most timeless looks in the history of photography: 35, 50, and 90 millimeter. Through a variety of software-side enhancements, you can tune the look of your photos to replicate these unique lenses in what we have dubbed our master lens system. For the pro photographers out there, Xiaomi 13 Pro is going to support 10-bit RAW format. This is created by Adobe Labs, and it offers support for Photoshop and Lightroom. What this does is offer color correction metadata directly in the file. This gives photographers a better starting point for post-editing. Now, from aesthetics, we move on to the final pillar, engineering a pro capture experience. In other words, these are features that will empower you to capture masterpieces in your everyday life. With the Xiaomi 13 series, you get a 360-degree complete experience, an experience that's intuitive, seamless, and honestly, fun to use. Behind this experience is the Xiaomi imaging engine. Now, the Xiaomi imaging engine delivers incredibly fast capture speed, so you can shoot fleeting moments. For you, this is going to open up a world of photography opportunities, allowing for faster capture, better performance in low light, extremely fast focusing, and improved stability. The thing about a good photo is that it can really get away from you if you're not ready in the moment. So this is something that we have over-engineered in order to outdo many competitors on the market. And the results of this have been incredible. Shutter speeds outperform the competition by a whopping 63%. What this means is that you're more likely to get a perfect shot when the moment is quickly passing you by. Let's put that 63% into perspective. In the same amount of time, we managed to capture nearly double the amount of photos, meaning that you can divide a single story into many more moments. This is perfect for capturing spontaneous couple photos like this, where the foreground is extremely complicated, but laser-fast focusing is required in the rear. Or plan shots of your friends and family. Or just Instagram-ready moments to make sure that everybody is jealous of your vacation back home. I am 100% a dog person, so I know that it can be really difficult, especially with breeds like golden retrievers, to get them to focus for that perfect shot. That's why we took special efforts to make sure that ProFocus is up to the task. So even when your furry friends aren't willing to take directions for the shoot, you're pretty sure to get some great shots out of the deal anyways. Finally, to cap it off, OIS. Now, optical image stabilization actually has a variety of different benefits. But for us, how it really stands out most is the impact that it has on low light photos. In many ways, when it comes to smartphones, you can measure a camera by how it performs in low light. OIS assists in this by ensuring that the little amount of light that you do receive doesn't get distorted. Instead, it's used to process your photo. You can see this here in the grain of the wood, in the texture of the book she's holding, and even the detail in her hair. This even extends to how bright lights are processed. You can see this in the sparklers in her hair, the shadows on the hat, and even that gorgeous, gorgeous background bokeh. Now, to sum it all up, Dan Rubin said that with all these features, we have created an authentic Leica experience you can take anywhere. In fact, he's been embarking on a photography journey around the world and is joining us here today. If everyone could please give me... Technical difficulties. Thank you very much, Dan. It's been an absolute pleasure. Let's take a look at what he had to say about the Xiaomi 13 series.
How do we capture life's important memories without separating ourselves from those special moments? As a photographer, I've spent a lot of time living in different countries. I don't see the most important people in my life as often as I'd like. Making memories and spending time with friends and family is precious. One of the things I love about photography is that it helps me connect with the memories I'm making.
It's sweet. It's sweet.
Reaching for a camera in these moments is so natural for me. I don't want a camera to get in the way of our emotions. I just want to record the memories. The Xiaomi 13T series is like carrying a Leica in my pocket. It's ready to go at the touch of a button. The Leica lenses make moments beautiful. I love how they render every detail of light, shadow, and texture. The built-in Leica looks make it easy to capture images that feel classic and timeless. And the custom photographic styles give me control over every emotion I want to remember. With all these features, Xiaomi has created an authentic experience you can take anywhere. The essence of a portrait is capturing the relationship between myself, the subject, and the moment we're sharing in a single frame. This is how I create a masterpiece in sight.
Once again, thank you, Dan. That brings us to the end of photography. Authentic Leica imagery in the palm of your hand. Now, we wanted to take this technology and try and find a way to do a little bit of good with it. So last year, for the Xiaomi 12T series, we launched Exploring Moments. The shots that you can see here were taken by students in an educational initiative. Through this year's program, Story in Sight, we hope to inspire students to capture meaningful and diverse stories. These students will have a focus in photojournalism, and our goal is to help them learn skills to capture the world and hopefully history. In that vein, we've partnered with Mr. Nucci, Leica Academy instructor. He's actually here joining us today as well. If everybody could please join me in giving him a round of applause. Together, we hope to promote bigger ideas of photography. Now, each of these photos shot by Mr. Nucci has a story, but I want to highlight one. Argilia Petrella, born in 1939. She's portrayed here in front of the entrance to her family dairy farm. This was built by her father in 1959. And she can remember her childhood collecting lumber in the woods of Maea and the subsequent sale in Salmona. She would bring this lumber into town and she would trade it in the inhabited centers in the area. These are the stories that Mr. Nucci helps to teach students to collect. Now, the population in this area of the Apennines, it's getting older. And depopulation is becoming a steady but unstoppable unstoppable phenomenon. What this does is put an incredibly important cultural heritage at risk. Now, photography is arguably one of the most useful tools in creating awareness, and we're looking forward to see the work that these students put into this. Finally, let's talk about pro video. Now, in today's world, as a lot of us will know at this point, videography is as important as imagery. And Xiaomi has been working very, very diligently to ensure that we are leading the charge in this area. To empower your videos, Xiaomi 13T Pro is going to come with 10-bit log capability. Again, what this does is offer a wider color space for post-editing. And we've decided to take this even further with built-in LUT preview. Backing this by HDR10, Ultra Night video, and 4K and 8K capabilities, we are extremely confident that this device is going to be your pro studio. Now, earlier you may remember when we first started today, we watched a video called Audition, where we got to see the mindset of people out there to create their own masterpiece. Let's take a look at that final masterpiece.
We never went to Paris. You said that you were saving that for someone new. Well, by all your desires, finally afford your love too. I feel my time with you is priceless. Hold my hand, there will be stars burning through the night. One more chance to say the words I said a million times, and we forget it. We get tangled up in line. Oh, please don't say goodnight on a transatlantic flight.
Thank you. I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to clap anymore. That's our masterpiece camera. Like our professional optics, look and experience. All of this built into a professional camera system. You have Pro Capture, powered by Xiaomi Imaging Engine. And it's going to be your pro video studio. 2 different devices, both of them masterpieces of engineering. Beyond camera, we've also focused on taking experience just one more step forward. Now, when you create a smartphone experience, when you want to create a masterpiece experience, it requires 2 things. Balance form, and you have to balance function. We've achieved this and a near perfect balance by building around 3 concepts: design, display, performance. We have engineered the CMF, or color material finish, to a very, very high level. The sides of the device integrate both flat and curved elements for a balanced hand feel. Now, turning the device over. Of course, one of the first things you're going to notice is the camera design and Leica deco. Truly authentic at first sight. Now, our goal was to simplify the design language for a cleaner look in a polished package. This extends from external to internal, where we've also removed plastic brackets that connect the display to the body. This allows us to create a seamless look and feel from inside to outside. We've extended this principle of refinement to the color level. This time, not only are we going to be offering this very, very unique alpine blue colorway, but also a very unique take on material with BioComfort vegan leather. Summarizing this, we want all of our smartphones to look great, yeah? We want it to feel great. But we also want it to be consciously designed. This BioComfort leather is engineered with multiple different layers, all of which use proprietary nanomaterials. Each layer adds an element to the design and concept, and ultimately, the user experience. The first layer that you can see here is organic silicone. This is engineered for hand feel. Second, 100% vegan leather. The primary purpose of this is to offer protection and scratch resistance. Finally, the base leather down there. This provides a very, very solid foundation with 100% eco-friendly PET material. We have engineered this not only with your own experience in mind, but also for responsibility. Now, durability is like all other things. It's more than skin deep. So, for the very first time, our T series will offer IP68 protection. This makes it a reliable choice, rain or shine, for your daily use. Now, beyond the masterpiece Alpine Blue we've been seeing, we're also going to be offering two other color options. One classic, and one a little bit more thin bezels around the edge ensure that the device is going to feel right in hand. But there's another